Alright, and we're back. Hopefully I can stop bitching about Diablo 3 for 5 minutes. It's an endless thing though, man. I can do it for hours and hours and hours, and it never gets old. I've already picked these up, put them down. Okay, so... Alright, so we got some twink gear on, obviously. We should be doing pretty well. I mean, I still would like to get a stealth. I have the runes in the inventory already. Not this inventory, but the shared one. So we're looking for a 2-socket, like, any armor will do for a while. And, you know, that's something that I like to point out why Sorceress is so dirty, is, like, you can use the shittiest item probably for an entire game cycle, if you're lucky. If you're doing enough damage, and you're probably going to be okay. This will, oh my god, that'll help us so much, dude. Just that faster movement speed is enough to really help us out. And I think, yeah, we found fucking foot boner. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, that was the first thing that came to mind. Foot boner. By the way, look at that shit. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? Oh, I love it. It's such a just boss ender. It's so cool. Okay, so at least we got the scroll. We can start doing Tristram runs. I mean, I'll do Tristram runs off camera, because I don't think you guys want to watch me do that. Unless you really do. This is a twink character, after all. We're playing a little bit more quickly than I normally would. Come on.
This ancient tree has an aura of magic about it.
You see, if this was Diablo 3, she would have went, this ancient tree has an aura of magic about it that makes me think of the Haradrim. Maybe I should go back to Wakara in the encampment, and then I should talk to her again, and then go back to the Tree of Entheus. Ah, good job. Scroll. Cool, yeah. I'm not even exaggerating. That's the exact fucking tone and the exact audience that Diablo 3 caters to. That game is genuinely insulting to play. I can't get over it half the time. It's really that bad. I am not gonna edit it in because I'm way too lazy, but just find that fucking clip I'm talking about of the E3, or no, it was BlizzCon, where the fucking tech dude was like, okay, my little demon hunters. It's like, oh, that's just fucking don't. That's just gross. Don't say that. That just is so cringy. Wasn't the game rated M for mature last time I checked? Not fucking T for teenager? Well, then again, I mean, Mortal Kombat's rated M.
Tristram was no match for Diablo's fury.
Yeah, he was pretty fucking furious. He brought down fire and fury. Anyways, fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Probably for the better. No, Diablo 3 was just so fucking patronizing to me to play. Every character was the same. They were all the fucking same quippy, fucking awful, just bullshit, and I could not stand a single one of them. There was not a single character in Diablo 3 I liked. I wish I was kidding when I think my favorite character was Asmodan because he was so fucking evil. He's like the Emperor in Star Wars, okay? He's just so fucking evil, and that's his gambit, right? He doesn't have any other character. He's just fucking evil and sadistic. When the main antagonist for like the first 3/4 of the game is more engaging than the actual main characters of your game, you fucked up. I'm sorry, that's not good. Like, first of all, I couldn't stand Leia. Leia was annoying, and everything she spoke was the most modern exposition bullshit I've ever heard in my life. She literally just spoke in exposition dumps, and that is so fucking irritating. You can say, well, you never shut the fuck up. That's true, I don't. But that's also because I have, like, OCPD and, like, anxiety disorders and MDD, and I'm depressed. So that's probably fine. But when characters... Like, when characters are just spouting constant exposition dumps, like, if this was Diablo 3, the Amazon... Or sorry, I almost called it Amazon. Wow. The sorceress would just keep saying something like, Deckard Cain, go to the Rogue encampment. There you will find Akara. She will take care of you. No, you see, a character just saying And then they'd say something like, I sure hope Deckard Cain gets there safely. Otherwise, we will be in a really bad position when it comes to fighting the forces of Diablo. That is exactly the kind of fucking clunky, rushed, awkward exposition like that I know that that game would have if it was written at that time. And I'm not even trying to sound negative as some sort of superior writer here, because I don't work for Blizzard, but I'm an actual writer. I know how exposition works. And when you have to literally tell the audience because they can't put 2 and 2 together, that's not good. The character would be going through ancient Tristram. I remember when Tristram was just a small budding little town. And then there's just all this shit going on in the background while your character's just spouting off quippy bullshit. That's just bad exposition. You see, I like it when you find like the moldy tome, because it's like a one-off thing, right? It explains everything about the Countess that you haven't seen yet. Okay, you're going to see the Countess, the wonderful Countess of wherever the fuck you're at in this game. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that is exposition done correctly. It's an old fucking putrid book in a crumbling ruin that looks like the ruins you're gonna go into later, right? That's good exposition. That's you going, oh wow, that's cool. And the narration's badass too, but... it's like, okay, it's like when you kill... Oh, the Khazra demons, they're things that would... It's like, I don't give a shit about the Khazra demons, and then you kill a Fallen. The Fallen are actually... It's like, I don't care. Why are you telling me this, Deckard Cain? Or whatever, like, Indian guy. I think that was the sound of his voice in Diablo 3. Because they tried to make a Deckard Cain-like character that was quippy and funny and hip, and it was really fucking gross and cringy, and it was just, ugh. But your voice is cringe. Yeah, well, I know that already. You're not gonna fool anybody here. But, like, there's just so much that I think comes down to, like, when you're insulting the audience on, like, a, like, level like that game does, where you get no time to process things. Like, you know why I like this game so much? There's very little dialogue out of, like, towns, I should say. There's dialogue up the ass, but... outside of towns, there's like no fucking dialogue. It's all like just background storytelling, like the harem. You don't need to go in there and say, have an NPC following you, telling you, the harem fell and the wonderful women inside were slaughtered by animals. No, you don't need to hear that. You see that in the game itself. That is what makes it so fucking solid. Regrettably. There we go.
Good day.
Good day. You see what I mean? Like, whenever I'm trying to bitch about Diablo, it's not because I'm just trying to be negative to be a contrarian. It's called being critical in the correct way. And everyone goes, oh, everyone's a critic. Yeah, that's true, because everyone has the ability to be critical. If you can't take that, then fuck off. I don't know how else to say that without sounding so assholey.
Hi there.
I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. You see, if she was in Diablo 3, she'd be like, I actually like this. I was born in this. Oh, and I'm a blacksmith, by the way. Like, you can ask her that. Like, let's see, talk, gossip, right?
Oh, Kosh is fantastic. Sure, she's a little hard on outsiders, but who can blame her? All she wants is to protect our order. But now that our sisters have turned against us, I think this whole mess has hardened her heart.
She has, like, desperation and sadness in her voice. That's, like, the shit that I'm talking about. You don't get that in modern games. There's, like, no time to process any of it. It's like, you need to know all this right now. It's like, okay. So, I'm gonna stop bitching about that five seconds. This game just makes me angry. I don't know if that's good. So we're gonna go ahead and get Inferno, just so we can get to Fireball a lot quicker. Alright, so... we've also plopped on another piece of equipment. I've completely forgot. What one was it? Was it Blood Fist? It was something. Oh, Nagel Ring. Oh, sorry, this. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of fire res. So, look at that shit. Fucking 71 fire res. That feels good. Give me the ring.
Good day.
You have done a thing. Ew. That's just disgusting. Oh, I didn't check my belts. That's what I didn't do. I did everything but that. Oh well. Let's do a couple of Tristram runs. Why not? It's only 9 minutes in. We'll get to level 12. I'll do Tristram runs. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if I can tell a happy story. Beware. That's... that was... Yeah, that was pretty great. Evil beware. I can't even... this is why I'm like, yeah, let's do some Tristram runs. Fucking bullshit, man. God. Anywho. So... Impossible. Impossible. That was another inside joke I used to have with a girl a long time ago. I'd be like, impossible. Like, just look at her and say that just because I was a quirky and spontaneous teenager when I was one. I really was. I was the cringy, well, I'm a cringy adult. But, you know, the magic is I don't base my personality on being cringy and gross. I base my personality on being mentally ill. But, you know what I mean. I don't bank on my illnesses like, oh, I'm so quirky because of my illnesses. That's I already have a comedic timing and stuff built off of other things. That's the last thing I'd want to be. Alright, so we can comfortably kill Griswold. That's pretty bitchin'. We're at level 10. That's pretty good. I mean, we're not absolutely shrekking, but I do not want to get hit by that shit. It's gonna hurt like a fucking train. They're gonna run a train on me if I'm not careful. I like how I've decided that we're gonna do Tristram runs because...
I am overburdened.
Yeah, because I'm overburdened. It's the fucking two-handed axes. Those take up so much inventory space. I'm not really worried about gold right now. If I really wanted gold, I would probably just sell some shit on Butterfinger and then give her gold. But that feels cheaty. I like how I'm like, I don't draw the line at items, but I draw the line at gold. Yeah, go figure, I know, that was weird. I even have like a bunch of shit I could sell. Like, I didn't sell it to, like, I was farming something on that character. I don't know what I was, maybe I was farming Mephisto. I have like 3 suicide branches I'd like to point out. Just chilling, so when we do need a really good wand, I have one ready. I also still have a spirit shield laying around too, so we don't have to grind for that either. You see, this is why I don't complain about Diablo 2's grinding, because it's actually fun. Grinding in Diablo 2 may take a while. I love how I can just stand in front of the fire, by the way, because I have almost fucking max fire res right now. That is a good feeling, you have no clue. Ugh! Yeah, dude, I love farming in Diablo 2, because it's quick. That's what makes it really, really, really fun. It's kind of like whenever I get a Slayer task in RuneScape for gargoyles, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, because it's going to be a fucking blast every time I do it. The only time I hate doing it is when you get a clue scroll that you can't finish. You just sit there and go, God, fuck, and then you can't do anything about it. Fire res. Pff, fuck you, I have all the res right now. Well, actually, can I hold on to that in here? I didn't know you could store multiple Wirt's legs. Oh man, that thing isn't even fucking enchanted. That's just horse shit. Whatever. How many? 1! Oh my god, I was gonna say, I bet it's like 18, and then... Well, I was very fucking wrong. Hello. Also, I like, that's something I can't stress enough. Characters need to have different tones of voices. They can't all be quirky and spontaneous, because then it gets grating. I didn't mind, what's his name? Tyrael. He was fine. I don't think Tyrael was that atrocious. I didn't like him very much. Like, in terms of his character, he was pretty awful. Like, the beginning of the game's cool, where he's like, oh, cool, hey, I crash-landed on Earth like fucking Buzz Lightyear. That was cool, I guess, but... Yeah, then afterwards, he just became a big whiny exposition dump, and he fucking had a goddamn panic attack when he watched Diablo fucking rip heaven apart. He's like, I don't know what to do. The Nephilim needs to do this. It's like, you fucking pussy. You don't need wings to kick ass. That's bullshit. Oh no.
So that's...
Oh no. I clicked outside of it. And it recorded other things. Let's make sure I remember to edit that out. It was just a bunch of hardcore porn. No, it wasn't. I was watching Let's Drown Out in the background because I like to feel smart. Let's Drown Out was my favorite podcast. I'm sad that it's gone, but I'm also kind of glad that it's over because I think the two would have killed one or the other eventually. I guess I don't have to edit it out then. I just wanted to keep it a mystery. I didn't go to Tristram! Fuck! I got so scared because I clicked off the screen that I fucking...
Tristram was no match for Diablo.
Yeah. Diablo's a furry. We all knew it. Well, technically, Diablo doesn't have a body, so he really doesn't have any furry affinity, because how dare you? How could you oppress my otherkin? I'm sorry. Otherkin and furry are different. I'm not that stupid. I know my evils, okay? Come on. Oh, look at that shit. That's why you play Sorceress right there. To do that kind of hinky nonsense. It feels good. You embrace it when it happens. Oh, shit, so I do. I don't want to get killed here. I really don't. I haven't died yet on this character. Oh, we're gonna die, by the way. There's no fucking ifs, ands, or asses about it. We're gonna get killed. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, this is a nasty fucking mess. There we go. I wish that proc killed the other enemies, but I know that's just wishful thinking. Maybe it does in D2R, but if it doesn't, well, I don't give a shit either way. I'm not really ever going to buy that. You know, I haven't even forgot to mention this. I legitimately refuse to buy another Blizzard product because of their fucking fiasco. And it's not even like an allegations thing. It was like legitimately fucking class action lawsuit that actually went through to like fucking court cases. That's a big different thing. And I know you can be like, oh, well, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Well, yeah, that was a fucking travesty, but it was funny. It was horrible, but it was something I think needed to happen. Not to anybody, because domestic abuse is awful. But I'm talking about, like, I think that was funny. Like, the whole entire thing was just a giant, like, absolute mess. And it was so funny to watch. Because, you know, it's good, because everyone always... I hate that whole, oh, you can make allegations without any actual, like, proof. Yeah, that's not cool. You can't do that. But the difference with the Blizzard thing was 100%, like, real deal proof, and was extremely damaging and devastating. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad they fucking plummeted as a company after that, because they... You know, they kind of deserved it. I know that sounds even worse, but it's just like, dude, they really stuck their foot in deep, and they if a company that could go down in fucking flames, what, like, at all, it would be Blizzard, because they just had that vibe, you know. I can't explain it any better. They really did. Like, oh, hang on, let me... There we go. I hope that's not fucking up my screen capturing. I needed to make sure I could see my timer. Like, they definitely had it coming. I had a feeling they were nothing but pure fucking evil for a long time, but... I mean, World of Warcraft, that's all I gotta say, right? But, no. I mean, they genuinely were pretty awful, and... I'm glad that, like, something got done about it, because it needed to happen. And... I always say I don't think it's fair to just, you know, accuse people of shit they didn't do, because that's just something that I think as time goes on we'll probably have more countermeasures for it, for sure. But as it stands, I don't think it's fair, like, when people like Amber Heard just literally abuse the justice system. That was first of all, I don't think this is political or anything. This is like a year ago. But I don't think it's a hot take to say that was a fucking absolute train wreck of a legal battle. Like, everybody was so... I don't even know how to go there. Like, everybody was so unprofessional except, like, Johnny Depp's legal team. Like, the fucking dude that, like, oh my god, when he, like, I'm trying to remember half of it because it's been so long, but, like, I love how a half a year ago is forever ago. I guess it's true what they say, millennials are just stupid and don't remember anything, right? But, like, when fucking the lawyer was like, objection, and the, like, judge was like, you just objected to your own thing. And he goes, oh, how the hell do you graduate legal school? And, like, oh my god, if I was a fucking college teacher, I would want my student's degree revoked after I saw that on TV, because that is so fucking embarrassing. How? How do you make that mistake? I know people are human and we all make dumb fucking mistakes. Look at me, I do them 24/7. But that was... oh my god, how do you fuck that up? Like... okay, first of all, how do you make an objection to something to your own statement? That is like... like, what? That's just... that doesn't even sound real. Like... I'm not trying to be just, like... just think about that. How do you... and, like, the fucking woman who kept trying to, like, assume that it was a fucking... like, oh... and were there drinks involved? Were there drinks involved? I'm changing this hotkey because it's bugging me. Were there drinks involved? And she's like, I don't know, sure. Was there drinks? She kept, like, fucking harping on it like it was some sort of, like, bias. It's like, that's... I know our legal system's already kind of a joke, but, like, that was fucking... oh my god, that was painful to watch. That was like watching Maury Povich, except not funny because it was... or like every time Amber Heard like would stare around the room into the camera with that vacant look in her face, I was just like, this is awful. As someone who's been a victim of actual domestic abuse, it's fucking insulting to watch someone fake it. I can tell you that right now. Her whole spiel made my skin crawl to watch. It was like watching a fucking insect just juddering around all over the place, like while she was speaking, basically. It was just gross. I could not handle it. I had to actually stop watching whenever she was on because I could not physically stomach listening to her voice and seeing her face. It was that... it was just awful, man. I felt bad for Johnny Depp, and I don't even like Johnny Depp, okay? Like, first of all, I'm one of those people that just doesn't care about celebrities. I'm just like, yeah, they were in Star Wars, cool. I don't know what that means. That makes them better somehow as people? I don't know. Like, I just don't understand celebrity worship because I'm a normal human being, I'd like to assume. Hell yeah. That's a pretty decent helmet. But yeah, I just don't give a shit about celebrities. They're just people. They're like you and or me. Well, maybe more like you than me, hopefully. But my point being, when I feel sympathy for Johnny Depp, of all people, an actor I don't understand anything about the appeal, I ask people, why do you like Johnny Depp? Because he's so grungy. It's like, damn it. It's like, why? Why do you like Johnny Depp because he's grungy? Is that like... okay. Like Brad Pitt. Why do people like Brad Pitt? Because he's a hunky boy. Like that... I don't get it. Yay, XP Shrine. Yay. I just don't get it. But when I'm actually literally rooting for a guy I don't like as an actor and I don't like as a person that much, you know something's wrong. That was a... oh, I just wanted to... I knew it was going to be a fucking train wreck at the end. Because, you know, the other big problem was fucking Amber Heard was, like, literally baiting out intentional reactions, and her fucking, like, legal team was like, look at this, what was it, monster glass of wine? I'm like, and Johnny Depp's just like, it was a large glass, but okay. Like, yeah, I don't doubt that they probably struck each other either. I don't even think that's fair to not assume. Drunk, high, or whatever, they were both awful people, then they shouldn't have been together. You know, it's sad because it just reminds me of my own parents, and I'm like, wow, that's really sad. I felt bad for everybody involved, and, you know, that's cool, I guess. I don't think you should be in an abusive relationship, but also having been in abusive relationships, Amber Heard is not a victim of it. She was the instigator, and that's exactly what the whole world got to see, and it was embarrassing. It was just a train wreck. It was awful. And, ugh. But Blizzard, I mean, Blizzard deserves all... If there's one company that can afford to lose money and reputation, I think it's Blizzard. I'm okay with them losing money and reputation. This is the only Blizzard product I actually like, by the way. I do kind of like Diablo 1 a lot. It's got its own charm, I guess. But other than that, I tried Heroes of the Storm. I was like, fuck this is garbage. I don't even like MOBAs, and I knew that was a bad MOBA. I played about 8 hours of Overwatch with some friends and was like, this game's shit. And no, I couldn't do it. I was like, this is awful. I didn't like the characters, I didn't like the mechanics, I didn't like anything about it. It just struck me as an awful game. But if you like it, that's cool. That's not meaning you're a bad person because you like Overwatch. But Overwatch also has got a pretty rabid fan base. I mean, TF2 has a rabid fan base, but not quite like Overwatch, I've noticed. You know, my ex also spent over $500 on Overwatch cosmetics. And she stopped playing the game after like a year. So that's really sad. She put herself into fucking debt because of that game. That's sad, dude. I could never get behind a game like that. That's just insane to me. But then again, I've spent money on Team Fortress 2, but it's only like $5 every month back in the day. That's different. $5 a month? That's less than a RuneScape subscription. And I don't, actually, with Master Duel, I don't even pay anything. I refuse to pay a single penny on Master Duel because I actually collect physical Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So for me, it's like, why would I do that? I actually have the real thing. Like, that's just weird to me. So, that's different, I guess. But for me personally, it's like, yeah, I could care less if Blizzard went under. I have no Blizzard bones in my body. I think that their games are impressive when they were impressive. And they definitely were innovators in the early days of PC gaming, but, you know, I don't think that, like, that makes their games flawless. I think that's something I wish people knew more. Like, just because a developer makes a good game does not mean that all their games are good. Fucking look at Daikatana, for God's sake. That's a classic, easy example, but it's true. Like, oh man. John Romero's gonna make you his bitch. Oh, that's some bold claims. And then the game was awful and not even close to finished, and it was just bad. And everyone forgot about it. Probably for the better. And no one talks about it anymore. That's like Overwatch 2 came out and I was like, why the fuck did Overwatch get a sequel? I guess that's just kind of what everyone wants. They want more! They just don't want to savor what they already have, and that's... Oh, there's me with my bitchy hat on again. I should be able to get one more level from doing this. I don't want to do very many Tristram runs, because they're very uneventful. Yeah, evil beware. Because at level 12 we can start using our other goodies. Like, Blizzard knows how to make good games, and that's not even gonna, like... There's no competition there, that's just true. Blizzard knows how to make quality games. The problem is, they sacrificed quality for quantity and mass appeal. Like, back when... You know, my ex who was actually into World of Warcraft, she played a lot of World of Warcraft. She actually had a horde tattoo on her arm. My friends were like, oh, she's a nerd girl, she's a keeper. Yeah, if you think that, that's not a good thing to keep. Anyways. So, she liked World of Warcraft, but I also felt really stupid because when I was watching her play, because I was playing D2 in the background every now and then we'd hang out, and I'd be like, holy shit, are you playing Diablo 3? She's like, no, I'm playing World of Warcraft. I'm like, holy shit, they look so identical. It's sad. And she's like, yeah, I get that. And I'm like, that's kind of depressing. Like, the game, I didn't even know that the game was like that. I was like, I played WoW, but it was like very briefly. I was like, yeah, it's just not my thing. I was a RuneScape guy, and that's just never gonna change. I'm not saying you can't enjoy both, but for me, RuneScape is where it's at. You know, I'm looking at the timer and I'm like, it's 7:30. I need to get my battle stabs. I'm 2 hours late and I can do some more farming runs and shit. You know, this is why I always say I can never ever recommend RuneScape for people. It's a good game for people like that have like compulsive issues like me that like to do stuff on specific timers and keep things flowing in a orderly fashion, I guess. But World of Warcraft has a very solid formula. It's a very compulsive and, dare I say it, divisive game. It like makes people monsters. I mean, not everybody that plays World of Warcraft is a monster, obviously, but you know, I mean, you hear so many stories about, oh, like infant found dead, parents playing World of Warcraft, but at the same time, WoW has a very standardized, well, nowadays it's standardized, but back then it was a very revolutionary formula. Kill the dudes and get the items and do the quests and kill the X amount of things to get the Y number of things, get a mount, do the big raids, and then you do it all over again. Pay $30 a month and there you go. Like, that's World of Warcraft. Then you join a guild and you get really good. Diablo 3, none of that shit. Diablo 3 was just fucking click on fucking shit till things work. That is so sad to me. Diablo 3 had, and I hate that sentence, it had potential because it really did, and it was delayed for like fucking 20 years. And it's, guess what? Like Duke Nukem Forever. People put so much hype into that game, and they still were disappointed that it wasn't as good as it could have been. And I'm like, what did you expect? It went through like 5 different developers and like 6 different writing teams. It was not going to be the game it was initially flagged as. And even if it was, I don't think it would have mattered. Duke Nukem was never like apocalyptically popular. It was just a fun game. Oh, yes, I can use this. Nice. Oh, yeah, boy. Okay, let's put that shit on. Okay, we're rocking in the free world. Yeah, we did 6 Tristram runs. Nice. 1 strength. Yeah! That's gonna fucking push us into the next millennium, baby. I'm gonna throw this in the loot tab. I don't really care about this right now. I'll sell this later on my own time. I'll keep that. That's not a bad find. Oh, this is gonna become a nightmare in a while. I'm gonna regret this. I can already feel it. Oh, this is gonna suck. But you know what? I think it's fine. It's totally fine. It's fine. It's all fine. I'm gonna put these rejuvenations in here. I'm gonna just hold on to these for now. I want to keep those for later. I'll put my charms here for now. Oh my god. You can see how this is actually bothering me. That's not good. Ew. It's so grody. That's yucky. I don't like that. Okay, so let's... What do I have over here? Is this my stash, or is this the... Okay, this is personal. Okay, that's what I thought. It's personal, baby. Okay, we'll keep all of our... I'll sell this. I don't really keep 1-socket items. They're not really worth it. What's this jewel? There. I'm actually going to use a jewel. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? So yeah, we've actually kind of gotten a decent... like start. Let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, I can use that. It's just really bad. Yes, we can get Fireball! Oh, good God, yes. Alright, let's switch over to Fireball now. Fireball is gonna fucking suck up so much mana, but it's so good. What's the cost, actually? Let's see. Bolt is 2.5... 11. Oh, never mind. I don't know how to read. 2.5 versus 5. It's worth it. Trust me. I'm going to put it on there now because it's dope. And of course, let's put some Vitality. I think I'm going to call that one. We did 6 Tristram runs. I didn't bitch entirely about Diablo 3. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
This is yours.